Hey guys, we are back. Welcome back to Cigar Brother, where we review whiskey, cigars, and everything in between. I'm your host, Anthony here, coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Now in this video, we're gonna talk about my pet peeves. Oh boy, and do I have them. I have a lot of pet peeves when it comes to smoking in a cigar lounge. You got different people, you got different lounges, different setups, and I've been into a lot of them here and even back in Arizona, where I'm from. I'm actually born and raised in Phoenix. And so been around a lot of cigar lounges, but I wanna go over my pet peeves that I have in a cigar lounge. Stay tuned. Hey guys, so I'm coming back to you here live, Cigar Brother here. I want to talk about my 7 pet peeves of cigar lounges. These are some of the reasons why I create my own cigar lounge in my garage, because some of the things I've seen out there. Now, don't get me wrong, I love cigar lounges. They're a good place to chill, but some of these reasons, these 7 reasons, are some of the reasons why I decided to do my own cigar lounge. So let's grab your stogie, sit back, and let's go through it. Let's go. Cigar lounges. I have some serious pet peeves at a cigar lounge. I got my list right here so I don't forget, because I want to go through it all with you guys so you know what's going on. Now, I love a good cigar lounge just like you guys love one too, but these reasons are the reasons why I created my own cigar lounge. Without further ado, let's go. Number 1 on the list. Every cigar lounge I've gone to, there has to be some guy there that is the loudmouth, right? The loudmouth, and you guys all know what I'm talking about. When you go in that lounge and you're sitting there and the game's on, it's dim lit, and you just want to keep to yourself and like chill the freak out, right? That's why you're in a cigar lounge, right? And this guy is always running his mouth, always talking, and it just annoys the like heck out of you. Like, man, please just be quiet. And you know, sometimes they're very opinionated about things as well. They'll try to gauge you to either conversation, and you have to be polite and start talking to this person. And now, understand, I'm not a standoffish person at all, but I've learned my lesson, especially with this climate right now and everything just going on in the world. When I go to a cigar lounge, I just want to chill and just decompress. I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to talk all this other stuff that goes on, and people seem to be drawn to me to engage in a conversation that honestly, nothing wrong with it, and I'm an outgoing person, as you can tell, but I don't want to go there. It's heavy, and they see me and they want to, you know, I'm the spokesperson for everything going on in the world, and they want to ask me questions about, you know, different things and political and all sorts of stuff, and it ends up leading down paths I don't want to even go. So, or you're just sitting there and the loudmouth wants to just keep talking, and it just annoys you. So, number 1 thing is a loudmouth. I cannot stand a loudmouth in a cigar lounge experience. All right, the second thing in a cigar lounge that I cannot stand is the person that has to let you know their status. And you guys all know what I'm talking about, and you might be that person. This is the person that you're in the cigar lounge with, and you're sitting there, and they have to let you know, number 1, what they do for a living, how much money they make, what car they drive, who their affiliations are, who they know, whether it's a celebrity or I know the chief of police. I've heard people, I know the mayor, I know the president, and everyone, you got a group of guys, and you get a bunch of them together that try to one up each other. Well, I drive this vehicle. I do this for a living. I'm the head of this. I'm the president of this company. I make this much a year, and I own these businesses. I mean, I've sat, and it doesn't matter where you go. Every cigar lounge I've been to, there's someone there, or there's different people that have to start talking about how much money they make, who they are in the world, how much they own, how much real estate they have, how nice the cars they drive. And it's kind of sad, to be honest with you. I'm a very humble guy. You'll never pull any of that out of me unless you really just ask me. And so when people ask me, what do you do? I keep it on a very basic level about what I do for a living. Unless you dig and you'll find out what I do for a living. But I just get a kick out of it too, and I just roll my eyes, and I'm like, I do not want to hear this. So those are environments I do not like being in, when they sit here and just rattle off, and then you get different guys, because listen, it's mostly guys in there, and guys have egos. And I don't know what it is about a cigar lounge that they come to the cigar lounge to boost their ego and let other men around them know what they're doing for a living and how much money they make. It's unfortunate. Like I said, I am humble to a default. I think I'm sometimes too humble when people start prying into my personal life and want to know kind of what's going on and how I'm successful or whatever. I just shy away from that, because that doesn't, I don't wear that on my sleeve. I think that, if God's blessed you and you're blessed, man, just walk in that favor in your life. You don't need to let people know what you do. But I noticed in the cigar lounge, it just comes this thing where everyone starts one-upping each other, and it's annoying and it's kind of sad. So that's that. All right, so the third thing in the cigar lounge that really annoys me is you get the real snooty or arrogant person or owner that's there. You walk in the cigar lounge, you don't feel that welcomed. Everyone is really snooty, and even when you try to ask questions, they kind of shut you down. And so that's kind of a thing I've happened a couple of times, where they're just not as welcoming. Like I said before, I'm not looking there for them to engage in conversation, but just welcome me in with a smile, with a hello. One of the cordial things you should do, and kind of an etiquette thing, is when you walk to that lounge area, say hello to everyone. Guys, how you doing? How's everyone doing here? Good. Don't sit there and be closed off and look on your phone all the whole time. Acknowledge people, say hello, and if there's some good conversation, you can join in if it's appropriate. Again, right now in the world, I'm just being honest, being transparent, with the climate it is right now, there's just nothing off limits. Everyone has an opinion about everything, and inevitably, someone's gonna piss you off because they're gonna say something they really had no business saying that's really not okay. I think a warm welcome, you walk inside, say hello everyone, you leave, say goodbye to everyone, have a good night, and leave. But when people are just so snooty, from the guy working around the counter, from the guy in the humidor, whoever's going on, when people are just snooty and arrogant, it makes it for a really just not enjoyable experience. All right, so the other thing that kind of annoys me about a cigar lounge when I go to is lack of adequate seating in a cigar lounge. Now, I know these owners need to make money. I know that most of them have a back room, a members only section for people who are members only. There's a really good lounge back in Gilbert, Arizona, where I'm actually from. I'm from Tempe, born and raised in Phoenix, but there's a good lounge in Gilbert, Arizona called Fox Cigar Bar and Lounge. There's one in Gilbert, there's one in Scottsdale, and this place was awesome. Great customer service, very welcoming. But the thing about them too, if you weren't a member, they had really good adequate seating for you. You can sit down there in the lounge in a good seat or a tabletop, and you wouldn't have to be a member. And what they did also too is they actually went back to visit last year, and if you paid $5, you could get access to the member section for the day. And the member lounge was just off the chain, unbelievable, amazing lounge. And I thought that was really cool. If you didn't want to become a member, at least you can pay a fee to just be there for a day. And a lot of cigar lounges don't do that. So I really appreciate Fox Cigar Lounge. If you're watching, good looking up, kid. That was awesome. You guys do it. I wish I did more of that out here in Texas, but that's just the way it is. But that's one thing. Adequate seating is important, because not everyone has the money to pour in and pay $500, $600, $800, whatever the fee is, a year to really take advantage of a lounge. Just if I'm gonna buy $100 in smokes from you, at least let me have a seat and something comfortable in the lounge regular area. I don't know, that's how I feel. All right, and so the next thing is, in cigar lounges I found is probably lack of a good selection. Some cigar lounges don't have a really good selection of cigars. And these are more your smaller ones, your mom and pop ones that they're out there that don't have good selections. So you have to drive to find a really good cigar lounge that have a good selection. So if you're gonna do that, we just ask that you just make sure that I love a good cigar lounge. It's gonna have adequate cigars, a great selection, and a really good humidor. I don't like walking in a cigar lounge in the humidor and it's all dried out and they got some spray thing going around, and you get it home and you get your cigars and they're just like dried out. A horrible thing to have, definitely a pet peeve. All right, and then the last thing is, I know it's gonna sound silly, but clicks. I cannot stand clicks in a cigar lounge. And you guys know what I'm talking about. These are the ones that there's a bunch of people together and they're all in the corner, and when you walk in the room or walk in the cigar lounge, they all stop and look at you like you're crazy, like you don't belong there. I do not like those cigar lounges at all. listen, they know one person behind the counter that works, maybe it's the waitress or whoever, and they're clipped around there and they're smoking their stogies, and then you kind of feel the odd man out. Now, listen, like I said, I'm not looking to make friends. I don't want to be bombarded, but I want an environment when I walk into the cigar lounge to feel welcomed. I want to feel welcomed. I want a decent hello. There's nothing worth walking to a cigar lounge, and I have a couple here where people will just stop and they'll look at you and they'll turn back and they'll click and keep talking. When you're in a cigar lounge, these people walk in, it's just common courtesy, I said earlier, say hello, welcome that person, and just say, hey, we're glad to have you here, or just say hi. But clicking cigar lounges end up becoming almost like a boys club, very, very country, very just, it's their own almost social club, and then you're just like this outsider coming in, and when you go there and got your stick, you just want to grab your cigar and you just want to leave because you don't really feel welcomed there. So to you cigar owners out there, just make sure you have that make conversation with your employees that we want to make sure everyone in this building that walks in feels welcomed here, and we don't want anyone to feel like they don't belong or they have to grab their stick and run, because this place is overran with the good boys club and they're all around the table and they're all this, and it's just them, and you have nowhere to sit down and they're not really talking to you or even welcoming you there. It's great. And like I said before, I'm not serious. I don't want the loudmouth chewing my ear off or saying anything crazy, but I also want to walk into cigar lounge. I feel that everyone is welcomed and it's not this country cigar club, and it's, they may say the word cigars, but you walk in there and it's really their cigar lounge. It's all the regulars there, and you are definitely an outsider once you step foot in that cigar lounge, and all you feel you gotta do is run and leave. I hate that feeling. So to your cigar owners, just make sure everyone feels welcomed, and that starts with the leadership of the staff, and they make sure that everyone's acknowledged, everyone's at least welcomed, so they can spend money in your cigar lounge. And that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. Those are my pet peeves. That's some of the reason why I started my own cigar lounge in my garage. But hey, I do have a couple here around town that I go to and that I will pop in and we'll have a stogie real quick and sit down and relax. So by all means, let's take care of our small businesses. Let's pour money into our small businesses, but let's also be aware, especially your cigar owners, some of the challenges that we people will patron and go into your cigar lounges. You may not necessarily hear this feedback, but it's good to know. So until then, keep smoking. This is Cigar Brother here live. If you like what you see and you like the channel, please click and subscribe below, and I will see you in the next channel, next episode. Peace.